Hey, come on. Have a seat with me. Oh, just sitting on the stoop and people watching. And there is nothing better than people watching with my favorite people, so come join me. How have you been? Are you sure about that? I don't know. I suppose you've just seemed a little bit down lately, which is understandable. I mean, you went through a breakup a while ago, but I suppose you've heard that they're in a new relationship. And that is a horrible feeling. Even if you're the one who broke up with them and you knew that it was the right choice, it's still like a resounding nail in the coffin of the dreams that you once had for them, so it can send you tumbling into some pretty depressive feelings. Is that about what's going on? Well, you know what? We don't have to worry about that right now. Right now, it's just you and me. And I need you to hear something, right? I need you to listen to me and really hear what I'm saying and not just hear the words. I want you to know something. I want you to know that I know you feel like your heart is just sinking through your stomach right now. I know that you're feeling that loneliness and probably a little bit of insecurity, because these feelings can be cruel, can't they? Love in general, oh my God, it comes so full of promises and excitement and images of the future that are just beautiful. And then next thing you know, it is slipped through your fingers and you are just there wondering what the hell happened. And were you ever fully aware of the truth? Was it always like this? Was it ever real? All of those what ifs, all of that pain, all of that feeling of loss. But I promise you I do understand. But I also want to tell you something else, right? All of those things that you dreamed about, they're out there. I mean, maybe not with her, but real love, the kind that you really dream about. It isn't this kind of fleeting, exciting thing. It's not something you have to beg for or chase down. It's not something that hurts. It's something that builds you up, not tears you down. And you've been left kind of torn down. So I know that you feel like you've lost your one true love, but that's not love. That's not what was meant for you. Not forever, anyway. It doesn't mean that you're unworthy just because you're not a good fit for her. It means that you're still on your way to that kind of big love that really fits. And I know you don't feel it right now. I can see it in your eyes. You are cringing when I talk about true love and hope, and you've convinced yourself that that door is shut, and I get it. But love isn't a locked room, you know? It's not a finite thing. It's not a cage or a container or anything that traps you or keeps you in. It's something more like a garden that blooms and changes in the seasons in ways you don't expect. And like every garden, it takes patience. It takes care. And the things that you nurture will come back every year. The things that you ignore will die. You've been waiting for others to come validate you. You've given so much of yourself. You've given your time and your laughter and your tears. Do you ever give any of that validation to yourself? You make other people feel so very good. How about you let yourself be the recipient of some of that? Let me ask you something. When was the last time you looked in the mirror and saw more than just your face? When was the last time you saw your own smile? And have you ever seen the tenderness in your eyes that shows when you're looking at someone you care about? Because I have, and it's so beautiful. You are so beautiful. Your smile is so charming. And there's so much to look at you and adore. And you're more than just what we can see. You are a sunrise that greets each day. You are the backbeat to a good song. You are the strength that carries others when they can't carry themselves. And if someone failed to cherish that in you, it doesn't make you less valuable. It just means that, well, they were a little bit ignorant. They weren't able to see yet. There's this idea people have that, like, love is this prize we want to win the girl and earn the love and be worthy of their affection. But it's not that. It's not about earning. It's not about deserving. It's about being. It's just about being. It's about finding someone who can be in your space with you when it's messy. Someone who can intertwine in your life and fit. And guess what? The right person for you, they won't ask you to shrink down to their size or grow into their size or change to fit into their world. The room will be there for you. All the quirks, all the scars, all the dreams, all the doubts, all the weirdness, all the wonderful, it'll be there. And like I said, it's not like you never have to work for your relationship. I'm not suggesting that. If you want your garden to grow one way or another, you have to work at it. You have to nurture the communication, and you have to prune the bad words. the unkind sentiments. You need to train it and yourself to speak gently to each other, to express what you really feel. You know, when you're vulnerable, like, tell them when you're hurt instead of sitting on it until you're angry. You know? Give them a chance to fix it. Trust them to care that they've hurt you. And if you take that risk and you find out that they weren't a safe person to be vulnerable with, then okay. Lesson learned. It hurts, and we'll experience it, and we'll get through it. We'll move on to the next person who fits with you. The next person that you can grow your garden with in the direction that you want to grow it. But keep in mind something, though, okay? You have to be able to nurture yourself before you can nurture a garden. The garden has to get nutrients from the soil, not the other way around. If soil is getting nutrients from the plant, then it's because the plant is dead. So maybe focus on building yourself up. I wish you could see yourself as I see you, as other people see you, because you clearly do not see what we all see so clearly. Not this person that you are when you're doubting yourself, but the actual you. Because you're beautiful. You're a perfect smile. And okay, so you don't fit into a mold, but it's the way you carry yourself. It's the way you laugh. It's the way your eyes sparkle when you're excited about something. It's that something about you that no one else has. I wish you could see it. Your entire presence, your entire essence, your entire energy is just so comforting. And those of us who get to experience it know that we're lucky. Lucky to stand next to you. You are so attractive. Not just because I say so, because you are someone who has this light or this magnetism. There's something about you that is just capturing and captivating. And, I mean, come on. Let's talk about that brain of yours, huh? You, my darling, are very clever. Don't roll your eyes at me. I know that, okay, you make mistakes. Sometimes you forget something important. You stumble over your words, or you don't necessarily flow perfectly when you want to. We're all like that. Intelligence isn't about never being wrong. It's not about always knowing the answer. It's about curiosity. You're always curious. The way your mind works through puzzles. Like, not just puzzles, but people puzzles. Life puzzles. The questions you ask, the ideas that you explore, the way you never stop learning. That's intelligence. The insights that you have that other people couldn't even dream of. You've got that wisdom about you. And so what if sometimes you feel foolish? Who doesn't? Good gravy. The smartest people in the world still have their moments where they don't know what to do. Your value isn't measured by your moments of uncertainty. It's measured by the richness of your thoughts, the way that you use your mind to grow and connect, the people that you touch, and how deeply. And you're kind. You know how I value that. It's probably the thing I like best about you. You're kind. In a world that can be very harsh, you choose kindness. Kindness to listen to people when they need to talk. The kindness in those small gestures that some other people might overlook. The text that you send to check in, the smile that you offer a stranger, all the things that you remember, the little ways that matter. You are just so kind. And that is not a small or insignificant thing. It's a fucking superpower. And you wield it wonderfully. To be able to come back with kindness again and again when people are unkind, when you're feeling down, when you're not feeling good about yourself or the people around you, and you are still kind. It makes people feel safe in this world. And people who feel safe are safe people to be around. In a world that is hyping each other up to be more and more aggressive, you're doing the opposite. You are the safety valve. And you don't just talk about being decent, you actually are. You are good and you are decent, and even on your worst days, when you feel like you've fallen short, you are still somebody worth knowing, still somebody worth loving. And you're fun to be around. I mean, when you're being quiet or when you're being loud, when you're talking too much or not enough, you are always the perfect balance of just what you're meant to be. And you always make me laugh and smile, even when I don't think that I can. Your humor is uniquely yours. And sometimes it's subtle, and sometimes it is very bold, and sometimes it's dry and erudite, and sometimes it's silly. But it's always fabulous. You make heavy moments lighter. And that's not something everyone can do. But you know what? You don't have to entertain anyone to be worthy to be around. You don't have to be smart to be worthy to be around. You don't have to be kind. You are enough. Your presence alone. You bring calmness to chaos, and that's a gift. Being around you feels good. And you might not see all of this right now, and that's okay. Sometimes it is very hard to see ourselves clearly when we're feeling self-doubt, when we're feeling unworthy. But if you can't see yourself in a good light ever, come talk to me. Borrow my eyes for a moment. Because I see you and others see you. And the right people will see you as well. And they won't just admire these things about you like I do. They'll cherish them. And they'll cherish you. I'm not saying it'll happen tomorrow or the next day. I won't lie to you. It takes time. But the kind of thing that you're looking for is worth waiting for. The kind of person that will celebrate all of you. And when they come, when they're ready, when you're ready, it'll be beautiful. And in the meantime, I hope you can try to believe that you are already enough. Because you are. You're beautiful, you are intelligent, you are kind, you are funny, and you are so much more than any heartbreak or rejection could ever define. You are so much more than what she saw in you. So hold on to that. That is for you. That's yours. It'll always be yours. Just waiting for you to claim it. And I hope you will. Hey there, cupcakes. Thank you all so very much for your time and your attention and all of your clicks and your likes and your comments and your shares and your subscriptions and your memberships. It's also very kind. I joined in on a live stream, a Twitch stream that Zena was doing today, and when I did, she commented that I am very antisocial, which not strictly true. I am more just non-social. It is true that I do not make friends readily. I can be a little aloof as much as I want to be friendly and warm. I have a kind of a low social battery and I bow out very quickly. And I do not form deep bonds easily. And this is not something that I'm saying out of a sense of self-pity or looking for pity. This is just, it is what it is. You do not need to have a lot of deep bonds in your life. I have done very well with the people that I have bonded with. But my point in saying this is that in the past very nearly 2 years since I've done this, I have made more friends than I have ever made in my life. And I've grown to care for more people than I've ever cared for in my life. And I am so very grateful to all of you for giving me this opportunity, for showing up in my comments and letting me get to know just a little bit about you there. And most especially for those bakers and pound cakes who hang out with me in chats. The people who are in my Patreon and access my Discord and catch me when I'm playing a video game or just hanging out doing something, that you've let me get to know you and let me get to like you and let me get to care for you, and some of you absolutely love. It is always going to be humbling that so many people will join me for a few minutes of their day and just listen to me ramble. It is always so humbling that somebody is out there listening to me and imagining that we're friends and feeling a little bit better for it. Or, just liking my voice and don't care what I have to say. That's fine too. It's always very humbling, but getting to know some of the people that I have in my Discord server has been a blessing that I don't know how I ever came to deserve. But I am very glad of it. So, as always, a special thank you to those bakers and pound cakes who make it so that I can do this every day and also make it so that I could get to know them. There is Sarcastic Monkey and Ange and Brian Antonio, Flaws, Lucid Sloth, Logan, Charles, Triple Wheaton, Eerie Ghost, Nikki, Luke Curator, Limonic Cultist, Confused But Still Here, Bowman, Alton Good Bottle, Disbanded Crow, Techo, Gunner's Mage, Mushan, the Harbinger of Wholesomeness, Tomas Rogers, Lone Wolfie, Nosti, Barry Wilburn, Esteed, SLE Photo, Harper Revolution, Justin, Wolf9004, Malicilo, Army Guy 007, Mr. Fabulous, Lou Bunny, Tiny the Taxman, Meryl, Mr. Rickles, Onin, Dreth Mythis, Red Death 48, Always Able, Vagar, Olbein UK, Kahlua Bear, The Swaggy Llama, Artlow, Pierce Tailish, and Christian Cleopatra. And also, special thanks to Kiloa and to Always Able for indulging me with snacks and treats on my throne. Okay, I hope you will all be as good to yourselves as you are to me, because you are very good to me. And I will talk to you later. Take care.